Good morning, guys. Now, I know, some of y'all are probably thinking, what in the world is she talking about, Katie Joy? It's been so long. It has been so long, and I don't talk about her very often at all anymore because, frankly, her antics bore me. I think she's predictable. I think she's vindictive. I think she's toxic, and I think that she will never do better. It's just a cycle of rinse and repeat with this girl. There's been some recent coverage of a story involving Dre McCray and Dre's husband, Vaughn. And Katie Joy has been involved in this, and she's just been creating all kinds of mess and toxicity. I talked over a year ago about how Katie Joy is not a journalist, okay? Katie Joy is not a journalist. She is not a news reporter. She is not a messenger of truths. She is not any of the above. She is an exploiter. And if there is a story, whether it's tragic or heartbreaking or the saddest thing that you've ever come across, you can guarantee that Katie Joy will be making videos on said story. Now, typically, it wouldn't be a big deal. YouTubers cover stories all the time that are sad or heartbreaking. But the problem is when you're dealing with someone like Katie, who is known to not be truthful and just put whatever title and whatever thumbnail to get more clicks and views, that's where the problem comes in. The problem comes in because she is not delivering the story out of the goodness of her heart. She's not delivering the story because she has a sizable audience that she wants to, help the family find this person that might be missing or help the person's spouse get justice. She does not care. She does not care. She never will care. And I don't give a damn how many videos she makes, how many different things she covers. You will never convince me that she's doing anything out of the goodness of her heart. Because I think that YouTube money and the small little amount of attention that she's received, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, I think that it changed her. It changed her forever. And I don't think that once you allow the YouTube money, fame, admiration, hate, trolling, whatever kind of attention you get, if it's paying you, you cannot go back and stop doing the action that was getting you that attention. This could apply to family vloggers too, or influencers. Once family vloggers start to overshare, it's hard to reel it back in because that oversharing is what gave you the attention and the money that you have. So how are you going to reel it back in but continue to float the money train? I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure I have an axle hair right on my side of my face. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? You can't reel it back in. And Katie Joy is in the same position. She has to continue to exploit and come up with crazy titles and figure out what's the next thing that she can quote break the story first. Because it's given her money. And she, like so many other people in this world, have the taste of money and they can't let it go. Now, here's the other whole thing with this Dre McCray situation that she's been exploiting. She got involved with Molly Golightly. And I don't know a whole lot about Molly Golightly, but I do know that she's somewhat polarizing. People either like her or they don't like her. And I don't know enough about her to make a definitive decision on if I like her or don't like her, because I just really don't know a whole lot about her. And if you guys are subscribers or you know a lot about her, feel free to like sound off in the comments down below of what your experience is. So Katie got involved with Molly Golightly, and they're both covering the McCray story. And on one video, they're kiki kaka, everything is fun and, you know, just for laughs. They seem to be getting along great. And then Katie does what she's done with so many other people, and all of a sudden Molly is such a terrible person. Katie is not associated with Molly. She wants nothing to do with Molly Golightly. Molly is just the most terrible person ever, and Katie is just, you know, the shining star, and Molly is the black hole. And I was curious about this, just out of my own curiosity. And the way that I understand it, and credit to Renelle Smith's channel, because she's the one who included both of these clips so that I could kind of decipher what happened.
To like put out on my channel is that there has been a ton of stuff that's been going on in the groups about like, I don't like this creator and I don't like that creator, and be careful of Molly and be careful of Justice and don't work with Katie. And you guys, like, none of that helps Vaughn's family. None of that helps get justice for his situation. And we don't all have to do things the same. Like, I don't do how Molly does. Molly doesn't do how I do. I don't do how Justice does. Like, as long as people can work together, that's really what matters, and how you actually can affect change. The infighting is actually what the other side wants you to do. So just, you know, we're all grown adults, and we all have the ability to decide who we like and who we don't like. And we don't have to agree on everything when we have the same goal in mind. And right now that is to get answers for Letitia. And Letitia has put a lot of trust in me and Marissa. So, or Molly. I don't know what to call you on YouTube, because you're Marissa over on YouTube and you're Molly over here.
You just call me Sasquatch. I'm gonna be like, hey,
yeah. I don't get
Now, I was kind of curious about this situation with Molly Golightly. Like, why would Katie say this all of a sudden? Just out of my own curiosity. Not that I believed her, but it did pique my curiosity. And what I understand is Molly does have a mugshot. She has merch that has her mugshot on it. So this isn't something that she, you know, tried to bury and doesn't talk about. Like, she definitely has whole ass merch with this mugshot, but she has no convictions. This has to do with a piece of merchandise that was not paid for, and there was no convictions. So, you know, leave it to Katie to try to twist it and make it look like, oh my God, you guys don't know who you're supporting. You just have no idea. This person is so big, bad, and scary. And I want nothing to do with that kind of person. That's what she wants people to believe. But I am actually glad she said that, because it got my curiosity going enough to actually look into it. And then I figured out, okay, this is just another crock of shit. It's something that she put out in order to make herself look, you know, better, even though it really just made her look stupid. So that's the situation with her and Molly. There was this big fallout. At this point, anyone who would listen to Katie Joy and actually take her videos, her posts on Twitter, her posts on Facebook, anyone who would take them at face value and actually trust her as a source of someone to deliver a story that has to do with heartbreak, grief, tragedy, or even if it's something positive, I'm not sure. Those people must be new. I don't know. Maybe they're new and they just haven't done any research. But this is why I always say, if you come across a new YouTuber and you care about supporting that person, because by clicking on their videos and liking their posts, you are paying them. You know, your watch time pays them. And if you really care about where your time is going and who you're giving money to and giving support to, then it's important to really look into that person. You know, do research, figure out, can you trust them? Have they been in a bunch of different scandals where lies have been exposed? Are they the type of person like Katie Joy who is just going to exploit any story that they get their hands on? And if you still feel good about supporting someone like that, that's fine. But one thing that I'm never going to do is give Katie Joy an ounce of respect that I would give to a journalist or even a lot of like true crime YouTubers, podcasters, people that actually look into it. And I know that I've given criticism to Stephanie Harlow because I do think that she can get a little snippy with subscribers. But I've also said I think that she puts a ton of work into the stories that she presents, and I like that and I respect that. Do I think that that gives her an excuse to get super snippy with people who have an opposing opinion? No, I don't. But I can also still segregate those and give credit where it's due, but also say nobody should be talked down to. Nobody should be snapped at just because they have different information or a different opinion. I mean, Katie Joy also came out directly, and I'll throw the screenshot for you guys, but she directly blamed this woman, Dre McCray, for murder. So when we talk about claims that are made on social media, unwarranted claims, I would say that accusing someone of murder sounds very familiar because she did the same to Tati Westbrook's husband. Remember, you know, he supposedly took his mother off oxygen so that he could get money. So this is someone who literally just throws around accusations like it's her full-time job. And that to me is very scary. But she's constantly going to have feuds with other YouTubers. She's constantly going to be throwing other people under the bus. She's constantly going to be exploiting. She's constantly going to be lying. She's constantly going to be making accusations against people with little to no evidence. And that to me is just a toxic person to give a platform to. So I wanted to make this video just as a reminder, you know, for anyone that needs it. And if you don't, then that's fine too. But I wanted to talk about this because I've been seeing some of this stuff happen, and it's just like rinse and repeat, Katie Joy. Toxic in, toxic out. Lies on, lies off. So either way, I hope that you guys are good. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.